Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 12 of Noob To Pro, a series where I teach you all the math concepts you need to know to become a math wizard. This episode, we will be learning about factors. One thing about factors, we will be using this later to help us in fractions, the previous chapter. These are very important and there will be a short coming up about how you can use these to speed up your calculations. So what exactly are factors? Factors are numbers that when you use them as a divisor is the second number of a division equation. For example, there's an example here, 300 divided by 100, 100 is a divisor. So factors are numbers that when you use them as a divisor for a division equation, you get a whole result, not a decimal result. It has to be whole. If it's whole, then this is a factor of the dividend, which in this case is 300. For example, I'm just going to read the example again. 300 divided by 100 gives a whole answer of 3, which means 100 is a factor of 300. You can check this by seeing if you can multiply 100, which was the divisor, by a number to get 300. In this case, we can do 100 times 3 to get 300. So 100 and also 3, that's just how factors work. They both are factors of 300. So now we will be using something called the rainbow method to find factors. I have a number here, 60, and it has a lot of factors, and we're going to find every single one of them, not decimal factors. Those are not factors. Factors are only whole numbers. So the rainbow method works by using pairs. In this case, how we had 100 multiplied by 3, we will be finding two numbers that multiply to 60, and that will give us two factors, and we will keep doing this until we find all of them. We will be starting with 1. Whenever you multiply something by 1, you get the same thing. So 1 is going to be our lowest one, and it multiplied by 60 to get 60. So on the right, we will put 60. So now we will move on to 2. We can now try doing 60 divided by 2. The way division works with correlation to multiplication, over here we have 60. So let's just call that A. If you divide it by something called B and it gives you an answer of C, you can rearrange it to this. You can change it to B multiplied by C to give you A. And this is exactly what we are going to be doing. We are going to find B and C in these questions, and we will get A with them, A being 60. And if we get 60, that means those two are our factors. So let's try 60 divided by 2. So that gives us 30. So now we will do 30 divided by 2 to confirm. 30 times 2, which gives 60. So these two are our factors. So I will put 2 over here and I will put 30 over here. We already have 4 factors. Now we will try in 3. So 60 divided by 3 gives us 20. So I will do 3 times 20, and that gives us 60. So I will put 3 here and 20 here, and we already have 6 factors. Now I will be trying 4. 60 divided by 4 gives 12. So I will rearrange, sorry, not 12, gives 15, sorry. So I will do 4 times 15, it was not 12, and this gives us 60. So we have 2 more factors, 4 and 15. Now I will be trying 60 divided by 5, and this gives 12. So I will try 5 times 12, and 5 times 12 gives us 60. So we have 2 more factors, 5 and 12. Now I will try 60 divided by 6, and this gives us 10. So I will just confirm with 6 times 10, and this gives us 60. So we have 2 more factors, 6 and 10. And now we will try with 7. 60 divided by 7, and when you try to solve this, it will give you a decimal answer. You will get some number and then it will become decimals. And as you know, if it's decimal, no factor. So we will skip 7. Let me just get this back. So now I will change 7 to the next number, being 8. And if we try to solve this again, it's going to be decimal. So let's try 9. And again, if we try to solve this, we will get decimal. And now we will try 10. But we cannot. Why? Because we already have 10 over here. So now that we have reached the maximum, we will stop. These are our factors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 and 60. So I'm just going to count how many factors we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 factors. So 60 has 12 factors. Now I will move to another number. We will again use rainbow method. 36. So we will start with 1, obviously 1, and on the other side we need 36. Now let's try with 2. So 36 divided by 2, it gives us 18. So we have 2 more factors, 2 and 18. What you just have to do, instead of doing that multiplication, just choose this number and choose this number. That's it. Now we will try this with 3. And this gives us an answer of 12. So we have 3 and 12 over here. Now let's try this with 4. So I put a 4 here. This gives us an answer of 9. So I will put 4 and 9. And now I will try 5. And 5 gives us a decimal answer. So we skip it. Now we have 6. When we solve this, we get an answer of 6. Okay, so when you get the same answer for both of these, 6, it's equal to 6. So what do we do when both of the answers are when this number is equal to this? We only write 1, because this means that 6 times 6 is equal to 36, and it's the same number. So we will put 6 over here and stop. No more. This is the middle. So 1 was paired with 36, this was paired with 18, this was paired with 12, this was paired with 9. 6 is paired with itself, and when something pairs with itself, you stop. So now we are done. We got these factors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. So we got total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factors. So 36 has 9 factors. So now imagine I gave you the question, is 9 a factor of 36? Are you going to do all this to answer that question? No, of course not. Who will do all of this to get the answer for one question? So that's where we learn something called divisibility rules. So I'm going to be teaching you divisibility rules starting from 1 and we will end at 11. There are other divisibility rules like divisibility rule of 36, but that is just going to be, it should be divisible in 9 and 4 or anything like that. When you multiply them, it gives you the answer, because we just learned these factors, when you multiply them you get this answer. So we will just take a pair from these and find the divisibility rules of those. So for those big numbers, that's what you have to do. 1 through 11 is what is very important, and that's what we are going to cover this episode. So let's start off with the number 1. 1 is a factor of every single number. So 37, it's going to be divisible by 1. So we put a tick mark here. Also, all of these numbers that I have given here as examples, for example 48, all of them are going to be divisible by this number. So when you have 2, you have to forget the number before the ones place. This is the ones place. You have to forget everything before it. So remove this. Don't think about it. Now in the ones place, our number is 8. If the number is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the number is the whole number, 48, not just 8. 48 is going to be divisible by 2. In this case, we have 8, which is an even number. If you don't want to remember these 5 numbers, remember these are all even numbers, so the ones place has to be even. 8 is even, so this whole number is divisible by 2. Now we will move on to the next example, 129. What you want to do in this is simplify 129 to 1 plus 2 plus 9. You just want to add a plus between every single one of the numbers. This gives 1 plus 2 plus 9. Solve this. When you solve it, you will get 12. Now add this again. 1 plus 2, this gives you 3. And 3 is obviously divisible by 3. So this will give you 1. And when you get 1 or anything that is divisible by 3, you get 6, you get 9, you get 12. Anything that's divisible by 3, the whole number is divisible by 3. So our original number, which was 129, then we simplified it to 12, and you can already just use 12 because you know 12 is divisible by 3 and gives you 4. So you can already say that it's divisible by 3, but you can do it even further, get 3, and now this number is divisible by 3. So 129 is divisible by 3. Now let's move on to 4. So in this, this is the ones place, this is the tens place, this is the hundreds place. Forget anything after the tens and ones place. So we will remove this. We have 56. Check if this number is divisible by 4. Okay, how do we do 56? Just do 56 divided by 4. That's it. So we have 56, we will divide this by 4, and when you solve this, you will get an answer as, what do you get? You will get 14, and this would be your final answer. If you got 14, and that means 56 is divisible by 4, which means 456 is divisible by 4. So we get an answer that 456 divided by 4, it is possible. Now we have 780, and we are checking for 5. So when you want to see for 5, you have to make sure that the ones place, forget everything else. Again, don't need this. We only need the ones place. If the ones place is 0, I'll just write it again. If it's 0 or if it's 5, the whole number is divisible by 5. Over here it is 0, which means it is one of these two numbers. It is 0. So this whole number 780 is divisible by 5. So we get that 780 divided by 5 is possible. Next, we are going to be using the number 924, and we are checking if it's divisible by 6. So now, originally I was saying like for 36 you will use 4 and 9. Now for 6 we will see that if it's divisible by 2, and then we will check if it's divisible by 3, because 2 times 3 is equal to 6. However, if this was something like the number 9, don't do 3 times 3 is equal to 9. If these two numbers are same, you actually have to divide the number by 3 and then divide it again by 3, and that is just too confusing. Don't do it. And anyways, 9 has its own rules. So for 6 we will first check if it's divisible by 2, and then you'll check if it's divisible by 3. So for this example we have 924. For 2, as you remember, cross out anything except ones place and check if this number is even. 4 is one of those 5 numbers I had shown: 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. 4 is an even number, which means it is divisible by 2. So 2, we can put a tick mark. And now we have to check if it's divisible by 3. So let's add these up. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 4 it's 15. 1 plus 5 gives you 6. And 6 is obviously divisible by 3, which gives you 2. So what was our original number? Let me go back. So our original number was 924, and we just checked it is divisible by 3. And since both of these are possible, 924 divided by 6, it is possible. Let's move on to the next one. 7. This is actually quite hard, so we will go back to this later. We will go to 8. So just like 4, how we removed everything except tens and ones, we removed everything except 100 tens and ones. So we keep hundreds, we keep tens, we keep ones, we remove everything else. So we have 752. Yep, we have to divide this by 8. So let's go back to what we had learned. Division. We have 752 and we have 8 here. And also no need to keep track of the numbers on top. We are not trying to get an answer, we are just seeing if it's divisible. So we can subtract 72 from this to get 3. No need to note down anything. We put the 2 here, and we can subtract 32 from this to get a 0, and that means it's divisible by 8. So I'll just write 752 back and I'll erase this. This was a 1. So this whole number 1752, it is divisible by 8. So 1752 divided by 8, it is possible. So now we will move on to the next example for 9. So quite big, right? This is another easy one, like 3. You have to add up all the numbers, and this is actually quite a long one. So I'm going to do 9 plus 7, 16. 16 plus 2, it is 18. 18 plus 3, it's 21. 21 plus 2, it's 23. And 23 plus 4, it is 27. So I will keep this number because I'm going to forget it. It's very long. I will add 2 plus 7, which gives us 9. And 9 is obviously divisible by 9. And that means that this whole number, I think some part of this number is gone. Let me bring it back. Yeah, it is back. It was a 2. This whole number, 972,324, I'm going to write it here. 972,324. This whole number divided by 9, it's possible. Let's move on to the next one. 780 divisible by 10. For 10, it is the easiest one out of all except 1, because that's very easy. Cross out everything except 1s. If the 1s is a 0, divisible by 10. If it's not 0, not divisible by 10. This is a 0, and that means that 780 divided by 10 is possible. Next one. So 11. This is definitely the second hardest out of all of these. 7 is the hardest. So from 737, we are seeing if it's divisible by 11. So this one, I could have used a bigger number, but I did not. But if I give the test, which will come later, in those tests that I give, the numbers could be very big. So the concept for this, it's the same. This is ones, this is tens, this is hundreds. So we will go from the right side. We will put a 1 here, we will put a 2 here, and then we will put a 1 here, then a 2, then a 1, so on. So now see all the numbers marked with 1. We have 7 and a 7. So we will put 7 plus 7 as our first number. I don't know why I put brackets. Now our second number, which is going to be every number with 2, and there's just 2, nothing else. So we add 0. You don't have to do this, it's just for to make this understandable. So our first number is going to be 14. And our second number, 2 plus 0, sorry, it is not a 2, it is a 3. I wrote this on accident. It is this number that you have to write, this number. So 3 plus 0, which is still 3. Now find the bigger one of these numbers. 14 is obviously bigger than 3. So we will keep 14 on the left, 3 on the right. We will subtract them. And this gives us an answer of 11. So this whole number, 737, it is divisible by 11. So that means 737 divided by 11 is possible. So before I move on to 7, I'm just going to quickly show you why This is very easy. There is a trick for multiplying numbers by 11. This is seeing if it's divisible, but there's a trick for seeing if it's how to multiply by 11 fast. So I'm going to choose any number at random. I thought of 43, and if I told you to multiply this by 11, it will probably take you a little bit of time, but not if you use this trick. We have 43, put a little gap between, add them, that gives you 7, put that and replace the plus sign. 473, that's the answer. Yup, that's literally all you have to do. But what if the answer is above 10? We got 7 here, what if it's above 10? Well, let me show you. I'm going to choose a much bigger number, 99. If I try and multiply this by 11, I will add both of these. This is giving me 18, and I put it with the plus sign. 9189. I don't think that is correct, because 99 times 10 would be 990, and we are getting almost 10 times that. So this is definitely what you're not supposed to do. Remember when I said carrying, unlike borrowing, will be used in many other places. This is one of those places. The tens place, the 1, we will carry it here, and that will give you 10. We will remove this, and this is our answer, 1089. So this is just one trick that I wanted to show, which is a use of carrying, except addition and multiplication. And now let's move on to 7. This is by far the hardest one out of all, and there are actually many different rules that you can use for 7. You can Google it, you can find one of those rules. There are many, but I'm going to show the simplest one out of all of them. This doesn't require any weird numbers that you need to remember to subtract, add. No, it's going to be the easiest one. So remove the ones, but don't cancel it, we need it. And now multiply it by 2, which is just doubling it. No crazy number like 17 or anything like that, just double it. And this will give you 18. And now we will take this number, remove this line, and change it into minus, and solve this. So 592 minus 18, I'm going to do a mental math trick. Change this to 572, I subtracted 20, and I will add 2. So this will become 574, and this is what I get. So this is simplification. We are simplifying the original question. Now I will again draw the line, multiply this by 2, I will get 8. Let me write that. Remove the barrier, change it to minus, solve this. 57 minus 8 gives us 49. And now remove this. Now 49, you already know 49 is equal to 7 times 7, so it's divisible by 7, but let's say you're lazy, you don't want to do this. So what will we do? Barrier times 2, 18. Now this number is bigger, so we will swap the side. So now the 4 will come here, change this to minus, and we get 14. Okay, so maybe you shouldn't do this, but you know 14 is obviously divisible by 7, and you might remember this instead of 49, so you can do it like this. And now if you're even more lazy, so you can double this and 8. Sorry, what am I saying? You get 8 on this, you double it and get 8. Now you swap this, change this into minus, and now 8 minus 1 obviously gives you 7. So now you get 7, so obviously it's divisible by 7. So I'm going to go all the way back to what our original number was. It's going to take some time. Come on. I need to go back to our original number. Come on. I think we have reached it. So our original number was 5,929, and we simplified it all the way down to 7. So we can say that 5,929 divided by 7 is possible. And now we are done with everything from 1 to 11. I'm just going to go to the 11 page to show you. If we get a number like 36 using the rainbow method, we know that two of its factors, 4 and 9. And you should know the divisibility rules. These are all the rules that I showed. You need to know the rule for both of these. And now just check if the number is divisible by both of these numbers. And if it is divisible by this number. And that's how you do it for bigger numbers. Now I will take an example of 12. For 12, you can do 4 and 3. For 18, we can do 9 and 2. But the thing you want to do that will make it really easy for these big numbers, instead of doing these, sometimes there are exceptions for numbers and you have to learn the rules for exceptions. Instead of doing all that, just try and divide by 18. It's much easier, it'll take less time. Just do it like that, it'll be much easier. So now it's time for your test. So first you want to find all the factors of 128 using the rainbow method. Then you want to check if 8967 is divisible by 7. And then you have to check if 3290 is divisible by 4 and also 9. You have to tell me if it's divisible by 4 and then you have to tell me if it's divisible by 9. So let me know your answers in the comment section down below. I'll give you the feedback. So episode 13, multiples, which is like the part 2 of this chapter. It comes out this Saturday, which is the 30th of August 2025. Thanks for